Hello, my name is Alejandra Lopez, and I will be giving some tricks on how to learn and better recognize the tarsal bones of the foot and the radius and the ulna of the forearm. A fun way to recognize the bones and their bone markings is by drawing them out. Therefore, you can practice imagining what they look like, and if you know what the bone markings look like in your drawings, then you will be able to identify them better on models. Also, drawing bones is fun. You can try drawing out a whole skeleton with detailed bone markings, which will help you better recognize them. For example, when you draw the femur, you will draw the posterior or back side of the distal end of it with two big roundish bumps at each side end. These are the lateral and medial condyles of the femur. Therefore, you can recognize that whenever you draw or see two large bumpy ends to a bone, you know those will be the condyles with lateral and medial side always. Starting off with the tarsal bones, an interesting way to recognize them is by doing a mnemonic in this sort of box that represents the foot. Now for this example, this box will represent the foot if we would be looking at it from a superior view from above. We would also discard the tibia and fibula and only look at the tarsal bones. Now, you can do this with the left or right foot facing either direction. You would just have to move around your mnemonic letters around, but it would still work out. For this example, we will look at a left foot with it facing downward. Therefore, the medial side of the foot is on the left and the lateral side is on the right. Also, an easy way to remember which side is lateral and medial for the foot bones is to always think that the big toe is always on the medial side, regardless of it is on the left or right foot. Now the mnemonic is tiger cubs need milk. And we are spelling milk with a C instead of a K. You can separate the box into parts that represent the tarsal bones, and each letter represents a bone. So tiger cubs need milk. The T of tiger is for talus, and the C of cubs is for calcaneus. You can see that the C part is way larger than the T and under the T because the calcaneus is larger and sits below the talus. Then N of needs is navicular bone. The M from milk is medial cuneiform, and the I from milk is intermediate cuneiform. And the L from milk is for lateral cuneiform. The last C from milk is the cuboid bone. You can practice with unlabeled models of tarsal bones in a foot by practicing putting the letters into the tarsal bones to see if you can identify them. Not only with a left foot facing downward, you can also use a mnemonic on a right foot facing upward. Practice on left and right foots identifying the tarsal bones with the mnemonic. You can also use it in this situation with tiger cubs need milk. So TCNMILC. Other tricks for learning the radius and ulna is that the radius has a circular head. As you can see here, all circles have radiuses. Therefore, you know if you see a circular head, you know it will be the radius. And for the ulna, you can see that the trochlear notch, which is this hinge-like shaped area of the ulna, is sort of shaped like a U if you turn it to the side. Therefore, you will know if you see this U, you are looking at an ulna. Also, when you do a thumbs up, you say, "That's rad." Therefore, the radius is on the thumb side of the forearm. Another saying you can use is, "I cut off my thumb with a radial saw," which will help you identify that the radius is on the thumb side. Another little side bonus trick is involving these two similar sounding bone markings: the coronoid process on the ulna and the coracoid process on the scapula. They sound very similar, therefore a trick to know the differences is that the coronoid process has an N, which is on the Ulna, which also has an N. And for the coracoid process, it has a C instead of an N, therefore is on the scapula that also has a C in the name. Hope these tricks help you in your studying of the bones and their bone markings. If you have a hard time studying the bones, and you happen to have a furry friend, have your dog help you out and study with you. Here are two of my dogs, Buddy and Luna, and they love bones. Luna's favorite bone is the ulna because it sounds like her name and because she can carry it around. Buddy's favorite bone is the femur because it is a large bone, just like he is a large dog. Thank you so much for watching. Happy studying!